Take a deep breath. What if the sleep you've been chasing could find you instead? Tonight, somewhere in the world, someone is steeping golden flowers in hot water. They're not thinking about clinical trials or chemical compounds. They're simply remembering what their grandmother knew, that some plants carry sleep in their petals like rain in clouds, waiting to fall. Chamomile. Just the word feels like exhaling. For centuries, this humble flower has been called the gentle guardian of night. Not because it forces rest upon you, but because it knows how to whisper to the parts of you that forgot how to let go. Natural sleep isn't about sedation. It's about remembering safety. And chamomile has been teaching that lesson since before we had words for anxiety, before we named cortisol, before we understood that healing sometimes looks like doing absolutely nothing. In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover how this ancient plant gently supports your nervous system, calms anxiety that lives in your chest like a caged bird, and invites your body back into its natural rhythm. You'll learn what science finally proved about what healers always knew. And you'll understand why natural sleep through chamomile isn't just possible, it's your birthright. But first, let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly rested? Not collapsed from exhaustion, but actually rested? Take a breath. A real one. Let it travel all the way down to your belly. Good. Now let's meet the plant that's been waiting for you. The ancient Egyptians called it the flower of the sun god Ra, crushing its petals for both embalming and healing, believing the same plant that honored death could also protect life. In medieval Europe, chamomile lined walkways, releasing its apple honey scent with every footstep, earning the name plant physician because wherever it grew, other plants seemed to thrive beside it. Indigenous peoples across continents recognized different varieties, but they all understood the same truth. This was a plant of threshold moments. Birth, death, the crossing between waking and dreaming. Curanders in Mexico would bathe feverish children in chamomile-infused water, not just for temperature, but to calm the terror that comes with feeling your small body betray you. There's a story from Appalachia about a woman who kept chamomile by her bedside every night of her 97 years. When asked why, she said, "Because some nights you need to be held, and nobody's awake but you and the moon." Long before labs, people listened. And few plants whispered as softly as chamomile. Look at the flower itself. Small, unassuming, almost invisible in a field of showier blooms. White petals radiating from a yellow center like tiny suns. The Greeks called it ground apple for its sweet scent. But its real medicine wasn't in being noticed. It was in being present. Consistent. There. Chamomile doesn't demand attention. It offers something quieter, companionship in the dark hours. A reminder that you don't have to fight your way into rest. You can arrive there gently, carried on steam that smells like summer and memories you didn't know you kept. Now let's talk about what happens inside your body when chamomile's gentle touch becomes biochemistry. A 2019 double-blind study published in Phytomedicine followed adults with moderate to severe generalized anxiety disorder. Those who took chamomile extract showed significant reduction in anxiety symptoms compared to placebo, not through sedation, but through modulation of GABA receptors in the brain. GABA is your nervous system's natural brake pedal, the neurotransmitter that says it's safe to slow down now. Chamomile doesn't create artificial drowsiness. It helps your own biology remember how to regulate itself. The active compound apigenin binds to benzodiazepine receptors without the dependency or cognitive fog of pharmaceutical sleep aids. Research from the University of Michigan found that chamomile may support natural sleep cycles by reducing the time it takes to fall asleep and improving overall sleep quality. Not by knocking you unconscious, but by addressing the root issue, a nervous system stuck in threat mode. Harvard researchers noted that chamomile's anti-inflammatory properties extend beyond joints and gut. Chronic inflammation affects sleep architecture, fragmenting deep restorative phases. Studies suggest chamomile's flavonoids may support the reduction of systemic inflammation, creating conditions where natural sleep can finally take root. A 2021 systematic review in BMC Complementary Medicine examined 17 clinical trials and concluded that chamomile demonstrates promising anxiolytic and sleep-promoting effects, particularly for individuals experiencing stress-related sleep disturbances. The researchers emphasized what traditional herbalists always knew: gentle, consistent use over time yields better results than aggressive intervention. But here's what matters most: chamomile doesn't just target one pathway. It creates a cascade of calm, lowering cortisol, soothing digestive upset that keeps you waking at 3 a.m., easing muscle tension you didn't know you were holding. Natural sleep isn't about one magic bullet. It's about creating conditions for your whole system to finally exhale. Now, let's talk about preparation, not as a recipe, but as ceremony. You'll need 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried chamomile flowers per 8 ounces of water. Use whole flowers if possible, not the dust at the bottom of commercial tea bags. When you can see the flower's architecture, you're closer to the plant's intention. Heat water to just before boiling, around 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Chamomile is delicate. Boiling water can make it bitter, defensive. You're not trying to extract every last molecule. You're inviting the plant to share. Place the flowers in your cup or teapot. Some people like to hold them first, feeling their papery lightness, inhaling their scent. Pour the water slowly, watching the flowers unfold, rehydrating into memory. Cover your vessel. This matters. Essential oils are volatile. They'll escape with the steam unless you trap them gently. Let it steep for 10 minutes. Not just because science recommends this duration for optimal apigenin extraction, but because your soul needs that pause. Light a candle if you have one. Turn off screens. This is threshold time, the space between doing and being. After 10 minutes, strain and sip slowly. Some traditions add a spoonful of raw honey, not for sweetness alone, but because honey carries its own medicine, its own story of transformation. A squeeze of lemon brightens the flavor and adds vitamin C. A small stick of cinnamon brings warmth without stimulation. But the real ritual isn't in additions. It's in attention. Hold the cup with both hands. Feel the warmth seep into your palms. Notice the steam rising, carrying scent and intention upward. Each sip is a conversation with your nervous system. I'm listening. I'm here. It's safe to let go now. Drink it 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Not rushed. Not distracted. Let this be the bridge between your day and your night. Warning: Important safety information. This content is for educational purposes only. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Please consult your healthcare provider before using chamomile, especially if you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition. Chamomile is generally recognized as safe, but nature's power demands respect. If you're allergic to plants in the Asteraceae family, ragweed, chrysanthemums, marigolds, approach chamomile cautiously. Allergic reactions, though rare, can occur. Pregnant individuals should consult their healthcare provider before use, as chamomile may stimulate uterine contractions in high doses. Those with hormone-sensitive conditions should also seek medical guidance, as chamomile contains compounds with mild estrogenic effects. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, be aware that chamomile contains coumarins that may enhance anticoagulant effects. Similarly, those on sedative medications or SSRIs should discuss use with their doctor to avoid excessive drowsiness or serotonin interactions. Now, for synergistic combinations studied in clinical settings. Chamomile plus passionflower. Research at the University of Pennsylvania found this pairing significantly reduced anxiety symptoms, each plant supporting different aspects of GABA function. Chamomile plus lavender. A 2020 study showed improved sleep quality and reduced cortisol when these two allies were combined. Chamomile plus lemon balm. Together, they create gentle support for both anxiety and digestive upset, often inseparable companions of sleeplessness. Start with chamomile alone for 2 weeks. Learn its language before introducing others. Nature is powerful. Honor her strength with respect and patience. Let's go somewhere together. If you're able, close your eyes. If not, soften your gaze. Imagine you're holding a cup of chamomile tea. Feel the warmth in your hands, not burning, just present, alive. The steam rises, carrying that apple honey scent, and with each breath in, you're breathing in thousands of years of human comfort. Every grandmother who ever steeped these flowers. Every child soothed by their gentle touch. Take a sip. Imagine. As the warm liquid travels down, imagine it as golden light, soft, not harsh. It moves through your throat, into your chest, and where it travels, tension begins to dissolve. Not ripped away, dissolved. Like morning mist over still water when sun finally touches it. Your shoulders might be holding something. An invisible weight you've carried so long you forgot it wasn't part of your skeleton. With each sip of this imaginary tea, that weight becomes lighter. Not because you're stronger, but because you're finally allowing yourself to set it down. The golden light spreads into your belly, where anxiety likes to coil and grip. The warmth says, "You're safe here. You can unclench now." And slowly, maybe not all at once, maybe just a little, something releases. With each breath out, imagine tension leaving as dark smoke. Not judging it, not fighting it, just letting it go. Your body knows how to do this. It's been trying to do this. You've just been too busy to let it. The chamomile in your mind's eye glows softly. You realize the flowers look like tiny moons. Of course they do. They've always belonged to night. Outside, rain is falling. Can you hear it? Soft on leaves, on earth, on stones that have been here longer than your worry. The rhythm is ancient, predictable, safe. You are held, not by what you accomplish or fix or control, held by something older than human fear, held by the same intelligence that opens flowers and closes them, that knows when to grow and when to rest. Your breath slows, your jaw unclenches. The golden light has filled every cell now, and you realize you are not broken. You never were. You were just tired, so tired. And now, finally, you can rest. When you're ready, open your eyes slowly. Welcome back. Let's remember what we learned tonight. Chamomile isn't a sedative masking symptoms. It's a gentle guide helping your nervous system remember its natural rhythm. It lowers cortisol, activates GABA receptors, reduces inflammation, and creates conditions where natural sleep becomes possible again. Not through force, but through invitation. For thousands of years, this humble flower has been humanity's companion in the dark hours. Science has now confirmed what healers always knew. Some plants speak directly to the places in us that forgot how to rest. If chamomile brought you peace tonight, there's another plant waiting to meet you, one that works not just with sleep, but with the grief your heart has been holding without permission. It's called lemon balm, and next time, we'll explore why this fragrant ally might be the sigh your heart forgot it needed. But for now, this is enough. May the spirit of chamomile wrap around you like a blanket woven from moonlight and stillness. May you find the courage to set down what you've been carrying. And may you remember, on the nights when you feel most alone, that for thousands of years, millions of humans have held this same flower, seeking the same comfort, finding the same gentle grace. You are part of that lineage now. If this moment served you, share it with someone who needs stillness. Leave a comment below. What did you feel? And don't forget to subscribe for more quiet revolutions in the dark. Sleep well, friend. The flowers are watching over you. Sound of herbs, where science meets soul, and every plant has a story.